Hello and welcome to Cool Breeze Over the Mountains, a podcast where we chronologically step through and discuss each film starring Keanu Reeves. My name is Andrew Gormley, and I am one of your hosts. I am joined on this episode by my co-hosts. I thought this one was pretty apt. She's been out of contact for a long time. Whitney Nelsen.
I have, yes.
You're feeling better, you've recovered, everything's good.
I have recovered. It was not coronavirus.
All right,
so.
but regardless.
She's really gotten on the wrong side of the flu fairy this year.
I did. And I even got a flu shot, and I've still had the flu twice this year.
That
makes me so mad.
That is unbelievable, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's never happened to me before. Every time that I've gotten the flu shot, I have not gotten the flu. This year I got the flu shot and got the flu twice.
You got a
maybe it was something else. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the flu, and I just thought it was aches and fever meant the flu, but maybe I was possessed by a ghost or something.
Sweet. Sweet alternative, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Regardless, glad to have you back. That other voice you heard is someone new. Do you speak for the entire human race? Because she does. It's Lindsey Nelsen.
How I wish I spoke for the entire human race. Hello, everybody. I am Whitney's sister and co-host on Historical Hotties.
This is like another epic crossover episode, kind of. I'm feeling good about the synergy that we have going into this. So, let's get right into it then. Before we dive too far in, Lindsey, I want to talk with you really briefly, because we do this whenever we have someone new on. Just talk about your first Keanu movie memory. What's the one that I guess either you saw first or the one that stuck out to you that you're like, oh, Keanu Reeves, that's the guy.
Well, the first memory I ever have of Keanu Reeves movie related stuff is Speed, because it was one of my mom's movies.
Yeah.
My mom always has a couple of movies that she's watched a lot, and so they help her fall asleep. But they're all movies that nobody else would ever choose to fall asleep to. They're
Jurassic Park and Speed
and
are
Jurassic
not
Park.
Soothing go to sleep movies.
And the Brendan Fraser Mummy. And it's all because she likes them enough to be interested, but she's seen them so many times her brain doesn't fight to stay awake to find out what's going to happen.
Interesting. Okay.
So Speed and mom watching it anytime she wanted to fall asleep is my first Keanu related memory.
That is fantastic. And you're right that's not a sleepy movie, but I guess after so many
neither
repeat
is Jurassic
viewings,
Park, but
it's just a comfort food. You're like, oh, I know what's happened. I don't have to worry if they're going to beat Dennis Hopper. It's great. That's cool.
Exactly.
All right. And the other thing that we do is we try to get a little gauge to see where you are top 3, top 5 Keanu films. I assume you have maybe lightly been following along just because Whitney has been doing this thing. And obviously you've been with us since the
I've
beginning.
listened to every episode of Cool Breeze Over the Mountains.
Oh, wow, there you go. Incredible.
She hasn't seen all the movies,
good.
Though.
It's actually
I haven't seen all the movies.
It's probably for the best.
I have, but I've listened to every episode, so.
So I'm looking here, and it looks like about 6 months ago, we put out the call for rating your own top 3, top 5 Keanu films. I'm going to read back what you submitted. You submitted your top 3. And I just want to know if these still stand up and if you want to round it out to 5, whatever. But here goes. I'm going to start at 3, where you put, this is an interesting one, you put Dracula at number 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Speed. Number 1, Much Ado About Nothing. Does that hold up?
That still checks out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'll also put probably in my top 5 is also The Matrix and Constantine.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I definitely have a soft spot for Constantine because it was the movie that introduced me to Tilda Swinton, who is the love of my life. So
right. You're in good company then on this podcast.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree. That's interesting. You're skewing towards the action Keanu there, with the exception of Much Ado. But even the villain, I don't know. He was probably...
She's skewing towards a more theatrical Keanu, which I find interesting.
Yes, yeah, no. And I also, I do like Dracula. I know you guys are not a big fan of it on this show. You said a lot of things about Dracula. And it is definitely a mood piece. But I have a lot of patience for a mood piece if they accurately or like thoroughly invoke a mood. And I love that, they did all the effects in camera. They did only effects that were available in 1920s filmmaking, because he wanted to evoke that Nosferatu feel. And the pacing isn't great and there's some other stuff, but I think it has some of the most iconic vampire imagery of the 20th century. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, fair points. I dig. Like when they go for it, if nothing else.
Not saying it's a perfect film by any stretch, but I still watch it about once a year around Halloween, so.
All right. That's a solid top 5. I'm not trying to, I don't argue with anybody. You dig what you dig, and I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
We don't yuck any yums.
And Much Ado About Nothing is just an amazing movie. It never gets old to watch Much Ado About Nothing. So
it's true. It's still holding fast at my number 5. Whitney's number 4. Yeah. So we all agree that one.
We're all on that boat.
That came out of nowhere for me, but I'm happy I watched it. So that's Lindsey. So that's where you're coming from when you approached The Day the Earth Stood Still. So.
Yep.
All right.
I will also say that she has seen the original Day the Earth Stood Still, which I have not.
Excellent.
I have.
So she's going to be our comparison.
Great. So that's Lindsey. Wonderful. Let's rock this out real quick. I'm excited to get to the meat. Up top, as always, mention you can find the website coolbreezepod.com, email us coolbreezepod@gmail.com, hit us up on Twitter @coolbreezepod. We have 2 wonderful emails that came in from listeners I'd like to read here real quick. One of our favorite listeners, Zoe P. from the United Kingdom, wrote in, wishing you well, obviously. So sorry to hear Whitney is not well, sending her lots of positive thoughts and hankies.
So sweet.
Yeah, Zoe's the best.
Thanks, Zoe.
I thought I would check in with you all as it was John Wick night at Leicester Square on Friday. All 3 John Wick films, one after the other, also known as Keanu Heaven. I believe that was the subject of the email, Keanu Heaven. As predicted, it was a complete massacre. Not just, I'm going to say, I know it's Keanu, Kiki? I don't know, doing his thing. But myself and Lisa, another listener, getting positively trashed with JD and Jin ably assisting. There were no coherent thoughts from us on the films, apart from Keanu's blue boxers in the first one, Ruby Rose getting the best job ever in the second one. I'm assuming that's the pat down.
Very good in that one.
Yeah. And then the third one is a blur. The bag was full of empties, the sweets had been eaten, and it was time for an oobs home. I friggin' love that.
Yeah. I'm going to say that all the time now. An oobs home.
An oobs home.
Yep.
Good fun was had by all. Major love for anyone who did the guns, lots of guns line in John Wick 3. Looking forward to the day the earth stood still, or as Keanu calls it, the day my career stood still.
Ooh, burn! Zoe's bringing the heat.
Ouch. So thank you, Zoe. That's awesome. I hope you dig this episode when you get to it. Melissa C. also wrote in to say, not sure how I stumbled on it, but your podcast is fantastic. Thanks for making it. You're very welcome, Melissa. That's awesome. And she also follows up, I do think you were all a little harsh on Street Kings. Looking forward to your review on Knock Knock and Siberia. They were so bad. I screenshot these when we get these. I send them to our group chat, and I believe, I think it was either myself or Whitney. I think we were just harsh enough on Street Kings.
Yes, that's what we said. We appreciated Melissa's message. We appreciated, Melissa, that you found us somehow. You don't even remember where, and we're listening. But we think we were just harsh enough.
Right. We skated right up to the line,
Yeah. I'm not going to say it wasn't harsh, but I think it was, the appropriate amount of harsh that was required for the movie.
Yeah. If anything, I blame Eric for the harshness. So it was no one here.
I feel like I was pretty middling. I feel like Eric was more harsh than I was.
I have to say, I am also curious about you guys getting to Knock Knock, because it is a movie that I have never seen but heard a lot about. So I'm curious to get, more detailed breakdown of it. I do use you guys to give me an idea of the Keanu movies I have no desire to ever watch, but then I will still know what the plots are. So
yeah. We're providing a service in that way. There's a lot of Keanu movies that no one needs to go out of their way for, but if you're curious what happens in it, that's what we do.
Yeah, we're the barometer for everybody. And there are some that are not. Look at our bottom 10. Don't watch them. That's like, it's as easy as that. That's kind of why we're ranking them, which is nice. So that's our public service.
It's helpful. Yeah.
So let's not bury the lead. Lindsay, can you tell us what we're talking about today?
Absolutely. So today we're talking about the film The Day the Earth Stood Still, which, as Andrew mentioned earlier, is a remake of the 1951 classic science fiction film where an alien visitor and his giant robot counterpart visit Earth. It was directed by Scott Dickerson, whose other directorial credits include The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Sinister, and Doctor Strange. And co-starring alongside Keanu is Jennifer Connelly, Kathy Bates, Jaden Smith, John Cleese, John Hamm, and Kyle Chandler. And I did not remember so many of those people being in this movie.
Every time someone new showed up, I was like, what?
I squealed multiple times because John Hamm.
Yeah.
Right. But this was
also
only the first
Kathy
season
Bates.
of Mad Men had happened. So, yeah.
But also, little baby, how adorable is Jaden Smith?
Well,
I forgot he used to be so cute.
John Cleese?
John Cleese.
I did not
5
remember
minutes.
any of these people being in it except for Keanu Reeves and Jennifer Connelly.
And what a weird like thing for John Cleese to be in there for 5 minutes in this part.
That weird little part. So it was interesting. And I kept doing that too. Every time one of these people came on screen, I was like, oh my gosh, they're in it. But yeah. So, Whitney, how are the critics and audiences feeling about this movie?
All right. Well, pretty much no one is just the answer. We have a 21% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 27% audience score. There's a quote that we pulled from critic David Edelstein on Vulture, who says, the remake of that fine old 50s alien invasion picture, The Day the Earth Stood Still, comes to a standstill about an hour before the Earth does in the wilds of New Jersey. And I think that's pretty funny. Because that's kind of how I feel about the movie as well.
No.
And then Alex H. on Rotten Tomatoes gave it 1 star and says, 2008's The Day the Earth Stood Still is a package. One that's a completely nonsensical mess of mediocre visual effects slapped over a contrived and forced message, all wrapped up in overt messiah metaphors.
So yeah, how many times has Keanu played Jesus? Do you have a
like
running
a
tally on that?
Like a lot of times.
I would have to consult
because it's at least The Matrix
machine,
and this movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I think it kind of depends on like what, like he definitely played Jesus and Little Buddha, but like he didn't play Jesus.
Yeah.
He played Buddha, but like
right.
that.
But if you're talking about the Jesus archetypal Messiah figure,
mythical figure thing, yes, he's played it a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, Constantine definitely has some.
Oh, sure.
You know,
he's literally
sacrificing
being
yourself, dying, getting
heaven.
Reborn. Yeah.
Again, I would love to hear from Lindsay first here. We kind of just do the rundown of, did this movie work for you? And you have the background, as I heard, of the having seen the original, so you have something of a more interesting comparison to be drawn there. So if you would like to kick us off, I'd love to.
I actually have a question before you start talking about your thoughts and whether or not it worked for you.
Yes.
This is so, and Children of Men came out right around this, so there's clearly like a we're ruining the earth thing happening in the collective consciousness.
For all that we paid attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, it just got worse from there, but
yeah,
it's heavy-handed in this movie, but it was heavy-handed in a lot of movies, and clearly it wasn't heavy-handed enough because we're still doing it wrong. But was the original The Day the Earth Stood Still, like, was it such an environmental message? Or was, like, the impetus something else?
It was about nuclear war.
Okay. So it's because we kill everybody is why they came instead of we kill the earth.
It was immediately post World War II.
Yeah.
And it was dealing with the ramifications of we dropped nuclear bombs on people. And so when he comes down to talk to Earth and say, a civilization of other planets have noticed you, and we don't think you're appropriate to join the civilization of planets, was that humans were inherently too violent and destructive.
I mean, listen, I can't argue with them on either point.
No.
Right. It's true.
I can't argue with them on the 51 point or the 2008 point. We are both of those things. So now you can go ahead and do your thoughts. Before we got into it, I just wanted to talk about, because the whole time that I was watching this, I was like, this couldn't be what the 1950s
no, they were not talking about global warming in the 50s.
Right.
Even though scientists were aware of it since the we started tracking information for it in the 1860s. But yeah, it still wasn't really a thing in the 1950s. But so I actually was kind of, okay, so generally this movie did not work for me, but it worked for me more than I remember it working for me, because when I first saw it was when it came out, and I was a snotty teenager, and I had been a big fan of the original 50s one. I still am. And so I was just constantly comparing it to the original. Watching it again a second time with like more space from it, while I still don't think it's a good movie, I don't think it's as terrible of a movie as my first feelings, because I was not really directly comparing it anymore. I was just trying to watch it as its own thing. It definitely has pacing problems. It slows way, way down in a couple of parts and feels sort of aimless, like wandering in a lot of it. You don't understand what Keanu's character's doing most of the movie. I think that's a problem. Like when he's just randomly having her drive him places and you don't, as an audience, understand his motivations. I think they should have kind of tried to make that a little bit clearer earlier on. I also think this movie looks incredibly like, it kept reminding me both of Independence Day and the Matthew Broderick Godzilla, just in the like visual style and color palette and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So it felt very dated to me because it kept reminding me of like Godzilla and Independence Day.
Yeah, movies from 10 years before this one even.
Yeah, and everybody in it is like a emotionless automaton for the most part. So that's my main feelings on the movie.
Good.
All right.
In fact, the little scene with John Cleese, while it was a very weird cameo, was one of the first people who I actually felt like had a personality. So, also the old Chinese man who was another alien sleeper agent, he also had personality.
Yeah, at McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was weirdly specific product placement in this movie.
Such product placement, yeah. It's like, and it was weird because it's not exactly favorable product placement. I mean, it's prominent, but it's not exactly like pro McDonald's. It's like, have you guys seen Yesterday?
No.
Yes.
So there's this huge product placement for Pepsi in Yesterday. Coke has been erased from the universe, like the memory of the Beatles and cigarettes.
The only things that were removed was cigarettes, the Beatles, and Coke. At least that you find out over the course of the movie.
Yeah.
There might be other things that he didn't come across.
So he keeps asking for a Coke, and they're like, I don't, what?
Know what that is. Do you want drugs? What? And then he's like, remember, he goes, a Pepsi. So Pepsi is very prominently placed, but it's placed as like the less exciting option now that Coke doesn't exist in the universe.
Right.
So it's very weird product placement.
It's a weird product placement.
Huh.
And the McDonald's reminded me of that.
Right. McDonald's is indeed a place that serves something that resembles food. Maybe aliens meet here. Who knows? Who knows? Whitney, would you like to... I have a feeling that I just have a feeling that you're not going to like this movie, but I don't know, maybe prove me wrong.
I couldn't bring myself to care about this movie. I tried so hard, and there's so many people in it that I like. And I was just sitting there watching it, and I could not get invested. I definitely didn't hate it. It was better actually than I thought it was going to be based on, everyone talking so much crap about The Day the Earth Stood Still. I thought it was going to be like actively bad. There wasn't much that was actively bad. I thought it was super unfocused. I think, like Lindsey was saying, there was a lot of stuff that was totally unclear if you were not familiar with the story of like, why is Keanu having her drive him all these places? And the special effects didn't particularly hold up. They didn't, like, they're not as bad as some of the Matrix 2 or Matrix 3 effects as far as, like, not holding up.
Right.
They are definitely dated, but I think that part of it is the like, some of the stuff is very 50s imagery that they just updated with the CGI, so I feel like there's sort of a Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow thing about it, which also came out not too far away from this movie. I don't know. It really did nothing for me. Part of it was maybe that I was watching it with a fever. I literally was watching clips of it on YouTube today to be like, what was that movie again?
Fun.
And I really don't know how much of that can be attributed to illness and how much of that can be attributed to this movie being a nothing movie, which really upsets me because I love so many people in it. I love John Cleese. I love Kathy Bates. Love John Hamm. I think the only person who really did any justice to the role that they were cast in is Keanu. I think this is one of the times where that inner monologue works well. I think that the sort of stony-faced, not emoting thing that he always gets shit for, when you can see that internal monologue happening inside, it works because he really adds a lot of depth to it. And I think you could see whole worlds of stuff we didn't understand happening at the same time that he was totally deadpan and not emoting at all. And I thought that that was really great. That was the only thing that I took away from this film really at all. I hated the John Cleese and him doing math competitively or whatever. That shit drives me nuts, and I don't know if it's just because I hate math or if it's just like...
There's not even numbers there. It's all letters.
I think it's people just like doing advanced equations in movies is a little hack.
Yeah, it's just like a shorthanded way to say these people understand things you'll never understand.
Yeah.
And so much so that they can like actively edit one another's things as they're doing them. I don't know. I hated that part.
But I did like him looking at the solution on the board, looking down at the newspaper article, and then just immediately like jumping into that he was all caught up on what was happening here. I thought that was a good acting moment from John Cleese.
I agree. And I'm not saying John Cleese did a bad job. I just don't know why he was
That's
role.
an annoying movie trope, yeah.
But I hate when people competitively do math.
I'll solve it.
Yeah.
Let's solve it together.
Or just say you're really smart. I don't need you to be doing math I don't understand to know that you're smart.
Yeah, he is the... well, yeah, they mentioned like that. Those people aren't our leaders. Let me take you to this guy who is... Yeah.
Which I think is nice of Jennifer Connelly, but pretty naive too. This world has never just
scientists.
Like, oh, you're the smartest people. Oh, well then you get to make all of our decisions.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
We do the opposite as a general rule.
Now I'm sad.
But I think that's part of the thing of them trying to both be and not be the original movie, because the professor character is a bigger part in the 50s one. So I feel like they felt that they had to include him. But I think that's a lot of their unnecessary running around, is trying to hit similar plot points as the first one while not being the same story as the first one at the same time.
Yeah. But anyway, this movie is like a void. I can't feel anything about it or remember anything about it. I don't remember any editing.
Oh, no.
I don't remember any score. Like, and that, this was also while I was watching it in addition to, like, now talking about it. It's so average. And that it's not bad. I was more or less entertained, but I was never engaged. And I feel like that's the big difference. Like, it's one thing to be passively, like, have something in front of your eyes that you look at, and it's another thing to be in the story. And I was never in the story. And I don't remember any of the technical stuff about it, because it was all adequate. Like, none of it wowed me. None of it was too terrible. I really liked the nanobots, and I hated the competitive math, and that's all I have to say.
Nanobots, good. Math, bad.
Yes.
Put it on the box. Send it out.
Yeah, exactly. Stamp it, ship it. That's it.
All right.
That's all she wrote.
Well, and there were a couple of interesting ideas in this movie that I don't feel like they used to their fullest advantage. I did think the nanobots were cool.
The way that they started eating away the guy's suit first.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
then, like, the restraints on it, the big robot guy, and then the glass started, like, cracking, and that was cool. That was my favorite part of the movie.
And the fact that they ate elements around them to make more
Yes.
nanobots to be a plague that killed the humans. Made more sense, actually, that in the first one, that robot is just supposed to kill everybody individually. Which, sure, given enough time, he could do.
Right.
But
given enough time, I could run away from that robot.
this is a much better plan, I think, especially because this movie's message was removing humans so that the Earth could survive, whereas the first one was just like, we have to stop you from getting out into space because you're not civilized enough to interact with the rest of us. So,
yeah.
It wasn't like trying to safely remove humans while keeping the rest of the biosphere. So the robot could just blow up a bunch of stuff and it would be fine. But also the idea of space travel where you basically have to clone a body from the environment that you're going to space travel is, I think, a very interesting idea that they did not use as much as they should have.
That was super cool.
I don't know. I think that as soon as you start getting into like body switching stuff, it gets very metaphysical, and they were already so preachy about environmentalism that I feel like they couldn't get into the like what makes you thing, and that's always where it goes. Like that's what Altered Carbon is about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it gets very preachy about the like ideas of having clones and being able to transmit your consciousness and all that kind of stuff. Interesting idea, and I like the way that they do it in Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
At least the first season. I hear the second season is trash, and I'm not interested in watching it. But
oh no.
But anyway, I think it gets into a very like preachy religious consciousness, I think therefore I am sort of a thing, and I think that they couldn't have gone more into that because that takes away from all of the other preachiness that they have in the movie. And I don't say preachiness in a I should find a different word for it because it was very heavy-handed.
In agreement with the message of this movie.
Right. Some of us, most of us gotta go. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's like Avengers. Like yeah, Thanos is a bad guy, but also, is he wrong?
Yes, Whitney, he's very wrong. There's lots of reasons, because that's not the way you fix... Let's not get into a whole Avengers debate, but it wouldn't work, is all I'm saying, because he's removing half of all life, so you still have the same amount of resources for the same amount of people. But let's not... We won't dissect Avengers. It's a different podcast.
I just mean the idea of, like, getting rid of a bunch of people is good for the planet. I'm with you if, like, by all life you mean plants and animals, because then, yes, the resources diminish with the people that are consuming the resources. But when it just comes down to people, there's too many of us and we don't take care of the planet.
Not great stewards. You're right.
No.
And I definitely agree with this movie saying that, like, it can be screaming at us in the face and we literally still won't do anything about changing our lifestyle. Like, we'd rather keep a more comfortable lifestyle for the next 20 years than survive past the next 20 years, which is literally what we're starting to look at now. So talking about 20 to 30 years, if we don't do something in the next 10, could be the extinction of the human race. And that's not like the extremist science. That's like the middle...
Okay, we're not here to talk about climate change either.
But
I don't disagree.
Is here to talk about climate.
I think that the aliens are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So when I say things like preachy or heavy-handed, I'm not saying that they're wrong.
But
I'm
then
just
it's
saying
still heavy-handed.
they really hit you over the head with it.
Yeah, it's more effective to bring somebody around to your message by making them empathize with the point of view than just by lecturing at them about how they should feel.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Andrew, how'd you feel about this movie?
I saw this in theaters. I remembered that I had seen it in theaters after I had watched it again. And again, it's one of these things, had not seen it since, just like Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is like absolutely on the nose. It's cliche. It's messy. But I still liked it. So I was like, at some point my brain shut off and I was like, it's just popcorn, right? Like, let's just have some candy, right? The movie that this reminded me of, like in recent memory, was I should have wrote Prometheus, the Ridley Scott alien continuation.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons, but a lot of the criticisms that people threw at Prometheus are what you hear about this movie too, where it's like the storyline is a little convoluted, the dialogue is not very good, Like I see the similarities, and coincidentally, I really enjoyed Prometheus too. Not as like an alien movie, but just as like, oh, I like this as its own standalone type of thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. If you try and make it an alien movie, you enjoy it less than if you just watch it as a sci-fi movie.
If you took it as canon alien, Ridley Scott actually ruined it. But again, this is not an alien podcast.
Ooh, boy, we are not staying on track this time. Whew, we've gone on a lot of tangents.
We gotta have like an after dark or something. Just get all this off our chest.
We all got a lot of thoughts and feelings. So
right, it's been a week. They took a week off, and look what happened. All the opinions built up.
We all fall apart.
I had no one to talk to.
I guess our therapy, because we're all like, no, the Earth is dying, and Ridley Scott ruined Alien, and there's a lot to unpack. Everybody.
I thought most of the performance in Keanu was good, and he was good for the exact reason that everybody else criticizes him for. It's like, he's wooden. It's like, no, that is perfect for this exact role. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It works so good.
Yeah, he crushed it. I thought, in my he brought something in that role where it's like, the way I think about it is, sometimes you'll have like actors who get into a role, and I don't know if this is true of Keanu, where they like fixate on a thing. Like, this actor's, he's like my character's always gonna like click a pen or like do something. And like, if you told me in this movie, Klaatu, he never blinked. Like, in any, I don't know if that's true, but like, if you're like, Keanu decided for this character,
feels like he didn't blink.
Yeah. If you told me that was true, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. And that's a cool choice. Right. So I think that Keanu was great. Everyone else was like themselves, kind like Kathy Bates,
but also not.
Kind
it
of.
was like a tragic misuse of Kathy Bates' abilities.
She's great in that kind of role, right? And I just feel it felt like a little off in this for some reason. And the same with like,
I just think it's because all the characters were massively underwritten, is what I feel
pretty much,
like it was.
That's it. Yeah,
they were trying to do whatever they could with what they had, but their characters had zero personality. So
right. Don't think that it went unnoticed that neither of you mentioned Jennifer Connelly. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts on her are. I think she is a great actress, but not in this. So
she is not a great actress in this, and that's, I think, why I didn't say anything, is because I overall have a favorable opinion of Jennifer Connelly. Not as favorable as some people have of her. I didn't say anything because this did not work for her.
Right, it was not great. The thing that just bothered me, and this happens in a lot of movies, is like, I feel like nobody knows how to write kids other than just being insufferable. And like, I just every time he was on screen, I was like, I already saw it, but probably back when I first saw it too, is like, this kid's going to ruin everything. Like, he's going to, like, the world is going to die and it's going to be his fucking fault. And so I don't know. There are good examples of kid performances, probably, but this was not one of them. So this was like both of the kids in the War of the Worlds remake too, like the older brother and the younger girl. I was like, God, I hate these kids here too. It's just not doing it for me. I don't like them as a plot device, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was so cute. His curls were popping.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Smith was an adorable kid, but outside of The Pursuit of Happiness, where he was like acting with his dad, I don't think he's ever really done a good performance. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak to his talent at all. I don't remember him in The Pursuit of Happiness because I don't remember most things, and this like is not a fair thing to judge on.
Right.
I don't think I've seen him act in anything else. I think it's just those two things. But he's adorable.
Yeah. He was, he was as good as he could have been given what he was given, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the CG in this movie is very bad. And then some of it was very striking for me. And I don't know if it was like a mix of like practical stuff. Like, for instance, a lot of the, like when the nano robots destroy that stadium, visually, I like that. I was like, I'm willing to overlook that it's a little rough around the edges, but I was like, as a visual, that's awesome because it's like gone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then from editing was fine. Cinematography was really cool. Just a couple shots, right? Like when they go out to the middle of the forest, one of the numerous driving scenes, she takes him out like the middle of the forest. The orb is rising up from like a lake, and there's like all silhouettes of them and stuff. I was like, oh, this is really neat. The lie detector scene was framed like beautifully, like it's just a super wide shot. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
So there were like some standout things, but overall, it's like, this is not like top 10 movie, and it's not bottom 10, but it does fit right in this like nebulous middle area. I have no idea where I'm going to put it yet, but it was.
I don't know where I'm going to put it yet either.
Yeah, it was like fine. It was, it didn't offend me, but.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I really have so little to say. It's fine.
Capital F fine or lowercase f fine?
I don't even know. That's how fine it is.
Oh no. Yeah.
It's just so it does not need to exist. I'm not mad that it does.
Yeah. It's not.
That's about how I feel about it.
All right. Do we have any other thoughts on the day the Earth stood still?
I don't think so.
We do not.
Oh my.
I think it's time.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
Let's get Charles in here.
Pop quiz, asshole. There was a time when I had the need to learn from you.
Oh, what the hell do you know?
Lose! I don't lose! I win!
You got a lot to learn about sportsmanship.
Oh my goodness. Pop Quiz Assholes, our very own Quizzo show where the host asks each of us 3 questions. If one of us gets it wrong, the other has a chance to steal. If they get it wrong, the other person has a chance to steal, assuming they remember the remaining answers. Charles, very cagey about not repeating the answers. It's so unfair. Like, I have to use my short-term memory. Oh my God. Points this season are not cumulative and only determine who wins the episode because, again, we just can't let Whitney run away with the game again. We just can't it might be that she runs away with the season, but, wins the war, but loses a few battles, that sort of thing. I now like to turn it over to the keeper of Keanu knowledge, the master of minutia, and the teacher of all things trivia, Charles Nolan.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Charles.
Hey, Charles. I missed you.
I missed you as well. If I had the capacity to miss anyone.
Oh, wait. What? All of a sudden, Charles Nolan is a cyborg or something,
are you an android, Charles?
Very unsettled.
I was in hypersleep.
It's an AI, maybe? Charles?
I cannot confirm that. For governmental secret reasons.
Whoa.
Before we get into it, it should just be worth noting that you can actually follow Charles on Twitter now, @the Nolan. So go ahead and do that.
Nolan is spelled Nowlin.
That's it. Should have did that.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Follow me on that bird machine.
Okay. So I guess Lindsey will be first. Is that how it's going?
That is how it's going.
Okay. I'll start the music.
Lindsey, in what year does the opening scene take place? Is it A, 1921, B, 1925, or C, 1928?
I think it's 1928.
That is correct.
Nailed it. Off to a great start.
Yeah.
Nice.
Moving along to Whitney. In the motorcade that comes to take Dr. Benson, how many cars are there initially before 4 more join them on the highway?
Good Lord.
Are there 2, 3, or 4?
I really can't remember. I'm trying to mentally draw up the picture and I cannot. So I'm going to say 3.
3 is incorrect.
Steal.
Andrew.
2.
2 is correct.
Yes!
Barely a motorcade.
I guess, yeah. That's true.
Andrew.
Okay.
What is the name of the military academy where the government takes everyone? Is it A, Fort Bragg Military Academy, B, Fort Linwood Military Academy, or C, West Point Military Academy?
I think Linwood sticks out?
That is correct.
All right. Feeling good.
Back to the top. Lindsay. When Klaatu uses a vending machine to get a sandwich, what kind of sandwich does he get?
It's tuna, I think. I remember thinking it was a very dubious thing to get out of a vending machine.
Was it A, ham and cheese, B, turkey and Swiss, or C, tuna salad?
Yeah, it was tuna salad.
It was tuna salad. That is correct and dubious.
Yeah. Ooh, vending machine fish sandwich.
No.
Whitney, here's your chance to get on the board.
Whoa. Rude.
Spicy.
At Penn Station, Helen yells that she needs her bag and indicates very flatly that it's what color? Is it A, black, B, gray, or C, white?
Black?
That is correct.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Whew. Finally got on the board, I guess.
Congratulations. Everyone has at least 1 point.
Charles, could you deliver the line as she... I can't remember how she
I don't
delivered it.
know if I can be that emotionless.
That's coming from someone who might be an AI, which is super weird.
I need my bag. It's a black bag.
Oh. Ow.
Okay.
Andrew. When Klaatu heals his stitches in the car, how many stitches does he have?
God damn it.
Is it A, 10, B, 11, or C, 12?
Oh, God. I guess 12. I don't know.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Steal.
I think that was Whitney.
It was Whitney.
Great.
11?
That is correct.
Excellent actual guess, Whitney.
Thank you.
Because I know you didn't count those
I
stitches.
did not count those stitches. I can't even remember what happens in the movie. I definitely don't remember how many stitches there were.
At the end of the second round of questions, everyone is tied at 2.
Oh, boy.
No, that's fun.
What a comeback for Whitney in that round.
Whoa! Rude again!
I was trying to say you'd done a great job. Pardon
Words of
me.
encouragement. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all interpretive.
It felt rude.
To the last set of questions before our bonus questions. Lindsay. When the group hitchhikes to the cemetery, the driver who drops them off shouts, "Woohoo!" blank. What goes in the blank? Is it A, woohoo, end of the world, B, woohoo, doomsday, or C, woohoo, apocalypse?
I think it's a woohoo end of the world.
That is correct.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Whitney.
Yes.
In what field did Professor Barnhart win his Nobel Prize? Is it A, extraterrestrial ecology, B, biological altruism, or C, hyperscience studies?
I have no idea. I'm gonna... biological altruism?
That is correct.
Okay.
I knew that one.
All
I
of
was
them are
hoping to steal.
nonsense. That's my mental block. All of them are nonsense. And I remember thinking this is nonsense, but all of those were nonsense, so.
Right. Got to sift through the nonsense.
Exactly. I got to remember which nonsense is real and which nonsense is fake.
It's all nonsense. Andrew, for the last regulation question.
All right.
What brand cell phone does Helen smuggle in to the Linwood Military Academy? Is it A, LG, B, Nokia, or C, Sony Ericsson?
I'm going to say this just because I watched another movie from this era that also did it, weirdly. Is it Sony Ericsson?
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Whitney Steele.
Whitney.
Was it an LG?
It was an LG.
Yeah, I thought so.
Nice.
At the end of the regulation questions, Whitney is leading with 4, then Lindsey with 3, and Andrew with 2. There are 2 bonus questions. They are buzz-in style. So please, Andrew, let me hear your buzz-in sound.
I'm just going to keep it consistent and go with bzz.
Great. Whitney, let me hear your buzz-in sound. Lindsey, let me hear your buzz-in sound. Wonderful. The first bonus question. When the Gort bugs are destroying just everything, we see them destroy what NFL team's stadium?
Bzz.
Andrew.
I hope this is... sportsing is not great. I'm going to go ahead and say the Giants.
That is correct.
Yes!
I was gonna say, you're the one who specifically even talked about the stadium.
The stadium being destroyed.
Boy, gun to my head, I would be dead right now because I couldn't even pick a name of a team out of my brain.
Whitney.
I just knew that they were near whatever. Sorry, Charles.
No, it's fine. Whitney, please don't be dead.
I'm just saying, I can't even think of a team for a stadium.
That's why they were near New York.
The New York
and I was like,
Giants.
I don't.
Yeah.
And Jersey doesn't have, or maybe Jersey doesn't have a team, so they're all about the New York teams.
Correct.
Thanks, Charles.
The final question. And I'm now realizing I might needed to have prepared a tiebreaker. So Whitney, please get this one right.
That feels favoritist. I don't like that. All right.
I'm kidding. I am prepared with a tiebreaker. We all know that Gort is impressive. But what does Gort stand for?
Oh, God damn it.
Me.
Whitney.
Genetically... something robot technology. Genetically...
Augmented? Oh, sorry.
No, that's an A.
That's the wrong spelling anyways.
Genetically organized robotic technology.
Genetically organized robotic technology is correct.
Whew.
Whoa! Pulled it out of nowhere!
Whew.
Well done. The final score is Andrew and Lindsey with 3 points apiece, and Whitney rocking it out with 5.
Represent, of course. I
Yeah.
forgot to get the fanfare, but you will have your Bill and Ted
Thank
eventually.
you.
Next episode.
Thank you.
You will have that.
I'm very excited for when that happens.
It will be righteous.
So,
Yep.
that's a pop quiz. Thanks, Charles. It's a pleasure.
Thank you all for playing.
And we'll talk to you next week, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fantastic.
All right.
I'm going back into my space slumber now.
Yeah, nice to meet you, AI Charles.
Nice to meet you, Lindsey. I am not an AI.
Okay, nice to meet you, Cyborg Charles.
I'll take it.
It's like a
Learning
whole
new
Janet
things.
thing.
Yeah.
Not a robot. Not a
girl.
woman. Yeah.
Something else. All right. That was great. I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Do we want to dig in here, I guess?
Yeah, let's go. Let's just knock it out.
All right. I'm going to skim through this here because
it's all over the place.
Here we go. We start this movie in as Charles asked, in 1928 it's some sort of expedition. It's in a mountain, a lot of snow. And we see Keanu Reeves. He's like a climber, an explorer, expeditioner. And he sees this glowing sphere of ice. He, like all of us, I think, he just grabs a pickaxe and starts hitting it, right? Like, what the fuck is this? Right? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on an Arctic expedition and see magically glowing ice, you're going to find out what that is, right? I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got to hit the shit out of that thing with a big, sharp climbing instrument.
Yeah, no, I've seen way too much John Carpenter and X-Files and whatever to... I would be like, how fast can I get out of here immediately? Not, let me damage this.
You're not an Arctic explorer personality.
It's true, I'm not. That's very, very true. I'm much more a blanket on the couch type, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is perfect, right? Know thyself.
Mm-hmm.
So he hits this thing. There's a big blinding light that kind of happens, and then he wakes up and the sphere is gone, and he's got a weird like mark on his hand. And that's 1928. We don't really get any other idea about what happens to this guy for a bit. Present day, we are at Princeton University. We're following Professor Helen Benson. She's very smart. She's teaching this class. She goes home to make dinner for her son, Jacob. She receives this call. And this is a call that you probably never want to receive, where you pick it up and they're like, they're on the way. And you're like, yo, what is this? She's like, who's on the way? And at that moment, what we have found is a very small cavalcade of cars, just barely, just two cars pulls up, black SUVs, pick her up. It's the government. They're taking her to Fort Linwood. There's a very cool scene where they're like, we've closed the highway. And I was like, oh, that's a cool shot. Very cool imagery there. Basically, she is briefed that there is a huge, what they believe is like a meteor or a comet. It is like, I think what they said was like, it's like 1/10 of the speed of light is just going to smash into Earth in like an hour. And it's like, uh-oh. So like, what can we do? They get all these scientists together. Like, what can we do to kind of mitigate this? We know it's going to hit. What can we do to stem the bleeding, as it were? Turns out it does not crash. It comes to a very gentle rest right in Central Park, right? Everybody lands. They're like, what is this thing? It's massive, giant sphere, this glowing sphere. She kind of walks up to it, which I don't think would happen given the circumstances. And we see a being emerge. This is Klaatu. It's like a weird alien looking thing. And right as they're about to shake hands, right? Like, oh, welcome to Earth. Bang, gets shot. They shoot. They're like, oh, someone shoots this guy. At that point, a pretty...
Just like us.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, we know you don't see the guy who shot. It's just one single shot. And you're like, God damn it, who was that?
Yep.
God damn it. This is like his first day on the job.
You get a ton of people amped up and put them around a spacecraft with rifles. Then somebody's
they usually tell you like safety's off, but this guy he quite literally got ahead of himself. He shot. He's like, I just shoot it. It's weird. Makes me nervous.
That's what we do.
Yep. And it's also a big plot point in the original one, which is part of his whole like, you guys just in the first 5 seconds proved my argument that you're too violent to be a part of the international or intergalactic community.
Yeah. It's like what you both said. Like, it feels exactly like what would happen. Like, you think about Arrival and movies that have done it since also, and you're like, God, of course there'd be like 400 tanks pointed at this thing if it were to I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, thing gets shot. It's a very cool looking throwback type robot comes out. starts really making everyone's day much worse with this sound that also I did not care for either. I had the movie a little too loud, I think. I was like, I don't like this sound. The being orders it to stand down. So the thing goes into like sentinel mode, and they begin to do surgery on this alien, I guess. We find out over the course of the surgery that the head surgeon, this guy they brought in, is like, oh, it's a lot like us once you cut through this weird outer jelly situation like whale blubber. And what we come to find is that this Klaatu was born. It was just born, right? That's exactly what happened. It takes the form of whatever's here. This is a throwback to the guy who we saw in 1928. He looks exactly like him. I guess they stole his DNA. That's what we're dealing with here.
The clone a body, and that the gray suit was essentially placenta material.
Right. And he grows in hours, maybe hour. I don't know. From like weird alien to full grown human. Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's kind of cool. I heard it. I don't know. Maybe not. So we see Klaatu's recovering, and he begins being interviewed by Kathy Bates' character, who is the Secretary of Defense, right? We also get John Hamm shows up here. I think he showed up a little bit earlier, but you're like, wow, John Hamm's also in this.
Yeah, he met Jennifer Connelly when she got to the secure military academy. Mm-hmm.
They have a history together.
You got the impression that they dated. They certainly have known each other professionally. So
yeah. At this point, we actually hear that Keanu's character introduces himself as Klaatu. That's a, pretty good alien name, I guess.
Also something they've carried over from the original.
He was also in that one. Okay. He informs them that he is a representative of a group of races, right? And he wants to go to, I guess the goal was the UN, right? He landed in New York to go to the UN to talk. And they were like, well, no, that's not going to happen, which I think might be okay, right? Like, that's probably fair. We want to make sure that the intentions are good before sitting everybody down there.
I don't know, though. Like, that's the U.S. making unilateral decisions for the rest of the world, which while I would credit that we do that, I don't know.
We do that. So far, no lies detected. Shoot something on sight because it makes us nervous. Don't let them talk to the rest of the world. Yeah, it's all ringing very accurately.
Yeah. Check.
Yeah.
Check.
Check.
So everybody's curious, like, what do you want? Why are you here? What the hell is going on? And he's not very cooperative. And part of it's also, you could see it in his character. He's like figuring out like what hands are. It's kind of a cool, like very wide-eyed, like figuring out what this body is. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, he mentions
that it's really well.
That the body's going to take some getting used to, and that it's very different from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was neat. I enjoyed that. So he's not cooperating. They're like, well, here's what's going to happen now. We're going to torture you, which again, check, right? Like they're going to drug you and take you to a secure facility. So Dr. Benson, Jennifer Connelly's character, volunteers to do this, but instead of drugging him, she gives him, I guess, saline. I think that's what it was. Just nothing. And then she's
salt
like,
water.
Run.
She gave him salt water.
Yeah. Good. How did she know that wouldn't kill him? I don't know. We'll see.
Because he's in a human body. They've typed the DNA by then.
He'll be fine. She tells him to run, but he's being confined right now. They take him to an interrogator for like a polygraph thing. I thought the scene was really cool. It was shot well. It was just these two in a room, and it's this awesome looking, like, it's like a bunker type space. It looked really cool.
This scene was my second favorite scene after like the first initial nanobots reveal.
How did that guy get the interrogator? That's like the most thankless job on earth. Like, you got to figure out what this fucking thing wants. And he's like, just go through, I got to ask you a series of control questions. Like, what's a control for an alien? I don't know.
And they do story-wise fix a lot of problems by having already said that he's in a human body, because otherwise, you stated with the drugs, you don't know how anything's going to affect him if it was an alien body. But by having already said, put himself in a human body to come to Earth, you know that his human responses should be the same.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. I appreciate it. So he gets out. And it was actually kind of cool. Apparently, he can anything electrical. It's actually nebulous what the hell he could do, because he was able to control like lasers also. But whatever, he sends a signal back through the lie detector, makes this guy literally go horizontal in a chair, which was neat. And then he broadcasts that loud signal again, makes everyone's ears hurt. They all get paralyzed. He walks out. It's great. He gets to a train station. He has a tuna sandwich from a vending machine, and this makes him violently ill. He passes out in the bathroom. That's not why. He still has a bullet in him, or a bullet wound, rather.
Yeah.
He is able to get in contact with Dr. Benson, Jennifer Connelly's character. She's at home with her son again. They get the call from the train station. It's like, doctor, your patient is here. You have his medicine. She's like, oh, I get it. They go. They give him the little, when they first extracted a little bit of his, I guess, placenta tissue stuff in a little tube. He takes that out and just like Vaseline puts it on. Bang. Instantly healed. Pretty cool. And some other stuff happens, you know. It's a lot of chases, a lot of driving, right? It's like...
These are all the random errands.
Yeah, they go to like Newark.
Meandering,
Is any of them important?
I would say
not really.
One of the only things, they do go to McDonald's to meet up with the guy who's apparently another alien in a human body who's been here for years on like a scouting mission.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
But other than that, none of it's really worth anything.
That guy had a couple great lines too, where he's like, he's like, they're terrible. He's like, they're destructive and they don't give a shit. He's like, but I love them. And I'm like, oh, I think these little things that like begin to change Klaatu's mind over the course of the film. I don't know how much that contributed, but pretty cool.
Probably I mean, I would assume that it contributed more than anything we said.
Yeah, because it made him consider, he was like, because that guy not only said, we should go through with the plan, they're not going to stop destroying the planet, but he also said, I want to die here with them because they mean so much to me rather than go back to my own planet with you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then they leave. They're like, okay, time to run another errand. I got to go to
all right, cool. Yeah.
somewhere else in New Jersey.
Got to return my mattress.
I have some dry cleaning on this planet that I need to pick up.
Yeah. At this point, we see like a worldwide panic happens, right? The looting and the plundering. Again, not really making a strong case for ourselves here at all. And again, U.S. being U.S., they're like, there's this giant robot, and we know he can do some damage. Let's shoot some missiles at him and shit. None of that works. It's pointless. But they are able to kind of contain it, which is interesting. They like put it in this triangular shaped box. They get this box to an underground facility, I guess.
Yeah,
they
some
transport
kind of
it quite a
missile
distance,
silo
right?
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not anywhere near New York. You look at the landscape, you're like, I don't know where they took it.
It looks like it's
Arizona.
I was going to say Nevada, but yeah.
Right. It's like, there's like mesas in the distance. It's weird. Like, no, it's Virginia. Oh, okay, whatever. They're studying this thing. They're trying to understand what it is. They're like, it's part robot, it's part organic. We don't know what this thing is. And then it presents itself. Really cool scene, like we mentioned earlier. This guy's in there in a hazmat suit, and it literally just begins like disintegrating on him. And then he gets a nosebleed, and he's panicking, and you're like, oh shit, that guy's dead. He's deader than dead. They try to set it on fire. That does not work. Then the whole thing just turns into a swarm of nanobots. And it's one of the cooler things that happens in this movie. It just eats its way out of the bunker, and everything it consumes, it like doubles in size. So in very short order, it becomes a massive swarm that's just making its way back to the big sphere. Should be noted also around the world, we're seeing on televisions during these errands that all of these animals on Earth are sliding into the spheres, and then the spheres are leaving. It's like, and they call it, Kathy Bates is like, they're arcs, which is just such good dialogue. Just makes me, no, man.
I did like the one where they see the one with tentacles, and she's like, is that what they actually look like? And he's like, no, they're cephalopods. And she's like, what? And he's like, squids and octopuses. Like, that was such a, like, an academic snobbery moment that I totally did. Yeah.
Come on, dum-dum. Cephalopods. Spell it with me. At this point, Dr. Benson is trying, she's been with him this whole time, and she's just saying, like, look, we're not bad. You can't do this. You can't destroy the Earth, and that they can change. he said that he gave them a chance. That didn't work out. They shot him. They're trying to kill everything. It's not great. She says, let me take you to our leaders, right? Our someone who is a leader, right? We go to a Nobel Prize winning professor's house. This is played by John Cleese.
I can't remember it again. What's the nonsense that he got the Nobel Prize for?
Biological.
It was ethics. It was ethical.
Attributional.
No, it's
like
ethical.
Bioethical. I don't know. Something.
Is it made up discipline?
Whatever.
Right. It's not a thing that you would get it for.
Yeah.
I feel like
it makes me mad every time I think about it because it's like
something like that. Like it was.
No. It was like biological. Altruism.
Yeah.
That is actually it. You nailed it. Good job.
Yeah.
Excellent recall. So he is a person who has a Nobel Peace Prize in that, which is cool. We see the math competition happen. The mathletes get together. They finish a cool equation. I didn't mind that. Whitney does not. She does not stand for this. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing is, the professor turns it around on Klaatu and says, like, did you ever go through anything like this? Like a tipping point, as it were. And he says, yeah, our son was going to die, so we had to adapt. And then he responds by saying, it's only at the precipice that people change. It's like, you taking this away from us means we'll never get the chance. And again, you get that little head tilt by Keanu that he does sometimes when you're like, oh, there's something, the wheels are turning in there. It's cool.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting, too, that one of the reasons that they're saying that they're doing this is that there's very few planets in the universe that can support complex life. And so they have to protect, they can't let us destroy one of the few instances of complex life, which I find kind of, I mean, sure, if that was true, but I think the odds that we're a rarity in the universe aren't great. Like, I think there's probably a lot of planets that can support complex life, but, as the premise for a sci-fi thing, I buy into the fact that they would feel a need to take us out to protect the rest of the biosphere if it was a rare thing.
Yeah, you're ruining it. We can't go out exploring infinitely.
You don't know what snakes could become.
That should be on. Yeah, write that down. I should say that this whole time, this kid, the Jacob, has been with them, just running around, like killing and reviving police officers. Klaatu is doing all this nonsense. He sees on the television in the other room while the adults are having a conversation that he's a wanted man. He calls the police.
He's been very aggro about Klaatu from the beginning. He has been saying that they should be fighting him, not helping him from like the second he showed up.
Yeah, and he's like thinking, it seems to think that it's like he's going to replace his dad or make a move on Jennifer Connelly's character. He's very, what's it like to be 8 or however old that kid is? I don't know. We're on the path. We're like, oh, I think we changed his mind. And then all of a sudden, 2 military helicopters in the distance come over the ridge. You're like, shit. So they start to make a run for it. Klaatu is able to kind of use the laser sights on 2 of the helicopters to just totally fry their circuitry and make them crash. But one of the helicopters grabbed Jennifer Connelly's character, bursts off into the distance, whatever.
I mean, it leaves Jaden Smith with Klaatu alone, and he all of a sudden has remorse for Colin and the Fuzz.
Right. He saves his life. Like, there was a moment where the kid's about to slip off into a waterfall type situation, or reservoir, whatever. Klaatu saves him very dispassionately. He's just, At some point, we see that Jennifer Connelly's character is with the Secretary of Defense again. She says, like, do you really think you could talk him out of this? And she was like, I think I could try. They let her go. So they captured her for really no reason, right? She's like, we got her to move the plot forward. The kid, Jacob, takes Klaatu to the cemetery where his dad is buried. And we've also seen Klaatu bring people recently deceased back to life. He thinks, just bring my dad back. That's not possible.
That's also where he told Jennifer Connelly to meet them, was at the cemetery. So she meets up with them there.
Right. It's all of these things. It's so it's so much here at the end of this movie.
And then Jennifer Connelly.
Meanwhile, there's a huge swarm of nano machines just obliterating everything from Virginia to New York.
You keep getting shots of it like eating stadiums and whatnot, which is cool. But
right, it's cool. Like the thing, the one shot where it like just takes out a tractor trailer, it like nothing. It was again really interesting at a very conceptual level, and then it just takes off again.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer Connelly and Jaden Smith have a therapy breakthrough moment in front of Klaatu.
Right. Well, so he, Jaden is broken down. He's like, he really misses him. Helen, she says, I commiserate, dude. Like, I loved him too. Right. They have a good cry. Right. Klaatu witnesses this, and he's like, you know what? These people aren't so bad. All the other evidence, it was whatever. This moment right here, I've changed. I've changed my mind. So Klaatu, I guess the parallel there kind of is like Klaatu sees in them what the guy at McDonald's saw in humans. I don't know if it seems a little fast to get to that conclusion, but maybe. So they head right for the giant sphere, which is also where the giant nano machine swarm is headed. It's the only sphere left on Earth, right in Central Park.
Because they're trying to get there to stop the, destruct the Earth program that the nanobots are already running.
Yeah, essentially Klaatu, if he gets to, we're led to believe if he gets to the sphere, he might be able to stop this. But he says there will be a cost to doing this. And we're like, oh, okay, that's all right, whatever, that's cool. They break through a blockade. They're like, where are all the other military people? It seems pretty clear here. There's a huge missile strike. Like, it hits the car, basically. John Hamm is unfortunately killed in this missile strike. Everyone else is totally fine. Really, really weird. Nanobot Cloud arrives, is swirling around Central Park, destroying all the trees. There's a weird moment where they try to run to the sphere, and they're like, no, we're not going to make it. So they go over here underneath this covered bridge, and then he can keep them from getting in here for a little bit. It's too late. They already have both of Jacob and Jennifer Connelly's character have nosebleeds. It's already begun. So what he decides to do, just like Keanu in a lot of the movies he's in, he's like, I'm going to help here, right? He transfers, he touches them both on the arm. He absorbs all the nano machines into his bloodstream, so they're saved. He runs out towards the sphere with some effort. It looked really difficult. He puts his hand on it, and a huge just burst of light happens, and we see that across the Earth, electronics don't work anymore. More cars go off, televisions go off, Times Square shuts down. You're like, oh, that was the cost, right? For, no electricity anymore. No electronics, I guess. The sphere begins to leave. Jacob says Klaatu didn't die. He just became one with the sphere, I guess. And that's it. That was the movie. It actually ended a little bit more abruptly than
it did
I
end
thought.
pretty abruptly.
Was
there was no little wrap up.
Yeah, the sphere is going up. No. We're like, what the hell do we do now? It's like, no, sphere leaves. They're like, he didn't die. He's one with the sphere. Smash cut to credits. Done. I'm like, okay.
There was one little moment that I thought was interesting was after Kathy Bates let her go and they're trying to get to the sphere and she's arguing with the president over the phone about, no, we need to let them go and get to it. I think she's trying to talk about it or whatever. And then the president basically, orders her to do the missile attack, to not let them get. If you really think the world is ending, that's the point when you stop listening to orders. Like, what are the consequences for you if you really think this is humanity's only chance? What are the consequences of disobeying the president at that juncture? Like, if you think you're all going to die anyways, it just...
Yeah, get that sweet I told you so moment later, maybe. So, I guess this is the question here. Would you ultimately recommend someone to watch this film? They're like, oh, I heard about this movie. You would only hear bad things about this movie, actually. So, despite that, would you recommend someone watch this?
I would not. I would say that it's not like a terrible, painful experience, but I do agree with Whitney that it's kind of a nothing experience. So I would not recommend it. I would say if you're interested in this story at all, while I don't hate this one as much as I originally did when I first saw it, the original is still better. So if you're interested in this story, just watch the 1950s one.
Whitney, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't recommend it. I'm not going to try and actively stop you like I am with some other movies. Like, if any of you see Ellie Parker, I will come fight you.
You will get slapped by Whitney if you watch Ellie Parker.
Yeah, if you try to stream it, she'll delete your account. If you play it on if you somehow found it on DVD, she will break it.
I've learned how to hack just so that I can break your computers and prevent them from seeing Ellie Parker.
Good call. Good call.
But I also, like, if you want to see it, see it. I'm not going to stop you. It was entertaining, but it was like, there's literally nothing to say about it.
Right.
So I'm not going to go out of my way to say someone should watch this movie. But also go for it if you want to. If it's on TBS, whatever. Get some pho, nurse your hangover, watch this movie. That's fine.
Oh, now I really want some pho.
It's the most hilariously middling recommend we've had in a while. I will not recommend this either. But basically what Whitney said, like, if you catch this, if it's on whatever, it's not offensive, right? It's got some good things about it. It's got some bad things about it. This movie is kind of like a very small encapsulation of Keanu's career, just smushed down into 2 hours, right? And you're like, peaks and valleys here. So I don't recommend it, but you could do worse.
You could do worse.
There is far worse, even sci-fi, than this.
So I looked at the rankings while we were talking about this to try and figure out where I was going to put it. Yeah. And I think it's a really good example. Out of 44 movies that we have seen, I am putting this at number 22.
Dead center.
As
dead
middling
center
as it's possible to be.
Dead center movie that there is. So it's right between The Replacements and The River's Edge for me.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm pretty close to you there. I'm actually I'm going to be at number 25. That would be between below The Matrix Revolutions and above River's Edge. So that's what I'm thinking there. Lindsay, where would you put this if you were just given what we have of your top 5? Is this number 6?
Yeah, on my list of 5, this is number 6 for sure.
Okay, it's good to know. Hey, it's always good. I'll mark it down.
I could have pulled an Evan and put it at like 2, but I'm not going to do that.
Right. Don't recommend it. It was very middling. It is, however, my second favorite film that he's done. I don't understand. Cool. All right, that has been logged. So next week, Whitney is walking us through a movie called The Private Lives of Pippa Lee.
Pippa Lee, yeah.
Have we seen this? Are we looking forward to this?
Not.
Have we even heard of this?
I have not heard of it.
I have heard of it. I know nothing about it. I'm looking forward to it, even though, like, we talked about this being a whole streak of movies that I had never even heard of, like Street Kings, Private Lives of Pippa Lee, Henry's Crime, Generation. There's a lot of movies that I don't know what I'm in for here.
Yeah.
But I just generally try to be optimistic, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about it.
Seems like a character drama, not anything too bombastic. So he generally does pretty well in that. I think back to
unless it's romantic.
Yeah. Well, what was the one where he was the dentist, which was great? Thumbsucker.
Thumbsucker.
He was awesome in that. So I'm hoping
he was the best part of that movie.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's more like something. If it's like weird and quirky and indie, but he's good in it, I'm all in. So.
Yep. Me too.
Yeah. Prior to this podcast, never heard of it. Never even. If you'd said it, I'd be like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Some sort of. I don't know.
I've never heard of it. Zero clue.
All right. So you'll be listening to our walkthrough.
Yeah, to see if it's worth watching.
All right.
I will definitely. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I guess that brings us to the end. And Lindsay, thank you so much for stepping in here.
Thank you for having me.
We had this kind of
it was fun.
shuffle of hosts.
Yeah.
do you want to tell people where they can find you on the internet there?
Sure. Well, I co-host Historical Hotties with Whitney, so you can find me there.
Tell us about that.
It's a show where we go through different categories of historical figure and try and figure out which one is the biggest babe. And this, the episode coming the day after St. Patrick's Day, we're talking about brewers, the hottest brewers in history. So you can nurse your hangover while listening to the people who made the thing that hurt you. So,
it's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, and then if you want to look at mostly a bunch of pictures of gelato, I'm Lindsey Nelsen, and that's Nelsen on Twitter, and Lindsey Cameron Nelson on Instagram, but that is at least 75% gelato, so.
Delicious looking gelato, though,
Thank you.
to be fair.
I mean, it's very beautiful gelato.
And thematic.
Yes,
so
I do a theme every month.
She tells stories with the gelato flavors, and that has led to questions like, what does a mirror taste like? Because I'm doing Snow White and I want a magic mirror. So we've had phone calls about like what flavor is a mirror. It's really interesting stuff. Check it
out. Whitney, I think she may have stolen your thunder, but where could people find you?
No, I asked her to steal my thunder. I was like, please tell us about historical hotties. Whitney _Nelsen, Nelsen on Twitter, and you can find all my other stuff there. I co-host Historical Hotties. You may have heard of it.
I highly recommend it.
It's very good. It's very good. One more time, follow Charles Nolan on Twitter. That is at the Nolan, Nowlin. That would be fun. I don't know what Charles is up to over there.
I don't know, but I'm curious.
I don't know either.
I want to find out.
It might be little pieces of trivia throughout. I don't know. I don't know what it has not. It does. It's like a soft launch, but I'm excited to see.
Who can predict what Charles was going to do?
I mean, I definitely didn't predict how many stitches did Klaatu have. So you never know.
And why would you? Why would anybody?
I do feel like there was more how much are you paying attention to what's on the screen in this trivia than there was in most trivia, and it was like the movie where I retained the least amount of
maybe that's why Charles did it, because it was like,
maybe
this movie is so forgettable. I'm going to see how well you can remember it.
Maybe, because usually it's like, when he's like, what beer did they drink? I'm like, oh, I can remember the label. It was this, or whatever. And this one, he was like, I couldn't even remember how many cars were driving on the highway in the motorcade. I was like,
I do have to say, it pulled me out for a full 45 seconds when I saw him get a tuna sandwich out of a vending machine. So, I mean, that did...
You're like, come on.
There you go.
In a train station, nonetheless. Like...
Yeah.
How often do we think that's getting
the
changed?
most alien thing he did. Yeah. You're like, no actual human gets those tuna sandwiches, sir.
Nope.
He's like, oh, that's the one. That's the one. So you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dark Driving, and then head over to YouTube, search for The Primary Storyline, where I do live streams teaching people how to edit video and do cool stuff like that. So you shoot something on your phone, you want to make it look nice in the end. That's one thing you might want to check out. So you pick up a new skill, do something like that. You look at gelato, listen to Historical Hotties, learn some video editing. It's incredible.
Wash your hands, don't touch your face.
Yes, for God's sakes. Wash your hands. Wash your thumbs. That's what they said. People don't wash they wash their hands, but their thumbs are sticking up.
Are their
and they
thumbs
don't wash their thumbs.
Not attached to their hands? That's weird. Why are you guys not washing your thumbs?
I know, and that's what people said. Like, doctors have said that's the problem. You've washed your hands, but your thumb is the part, and that's what usually touches your face. If you like, and I'm like, God, people are weird. It's like those people that don't wash their legs. That's neither here nor there. Let me on that non sequitur. Here we go.
I don't wash my legs, Adrian.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Trickle down does not work. It does not work. Thank you all for joining.
What are you doing that gets your legs so dirty, Andrew?
Who knows? The song. We don't have any more song left. I can't be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. God damn it, Whitney.
I'm just saying.
saying, most of the time my legs are in pants. And
you still sweat though, right, Whitney?
You only need to rinse sweat off.
You're on the opposite side of the fence. That's what's happening here. You're on the opposite side of the fence. I don't know if this is contrarian.
I just feel like you have to get all the places the bacteria go. And they don't go to your knees.
What about behind your knees, though?
I mean, maybe if I feel like my knees have been, like, my knee pits have been really sweaty, I'll wash them with soap. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't ever feel like, oh shit, I really got to get those. I wash my feet more than I do my legs.
Well, your feet is, I would think, a given.
Yeah.
Like,
that's where the bacteria goes.
Your feet, your belly button, behind your ears, like, those are the...
It's clutch. You got it. There's no discussion about those. It's not.
No, and I do all those. I don't always do my knees.
I can't
or my calves.
Ever since that was presented to me, people very strongly saying, I don't wash my legs. That's the only thing I think about when I'm in the shower now. I used to have like great thoughts in the shower. You know, it's like a very healing, it's warm, you have great, you know, and now all I can think about.
Soothing place. Yeah.
Some people are in here not washing all their body parts.
Don't wash their legs. They just let the soap from their upper body, which probably has some contaminants, just rinse down to their lower body.
Are those people washing their arms, or are they just like limbs are not necessary?
Right,
washing your arms and not washing your legs is weirder to me than not washing any of your limbs at all.
I feel like I do my arms because my arms get into more hijinks. Like,
I don't know. I only wash center mass, bro. Arms, legs,
I wash my arms. But that's because like I put my elbow in spaghetti and I'm like, you know, washing dishes in a big tub or whatever. Like I carried piles of dirty laundry. Like I feel like I do more stuff with my arms than I ever do with my legs.
It's weird. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just weird. Spaghetti elbow. I don't know. I mean, hey, I get it. I've been there. I get it. Right.
Who hasn't put their elbow in a bowl of spaghetti? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I can't specifically remember doing that.
That's how
let
I
me know
mix
if you've
the
never
sauce.
put your elbow in a bowl of spaghetti.
We're keeping all this. It's fine. It's going in. Because I got to get to the bottom of this. People, please write in at Whitney_Nelsen, Nelsen. Do you wash your legs?
No. I don't care if you wash your legs or not. Don't tell me that. Tell me if your arms get into more hijinks than your legs do. That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
if you're tweeting at me, do your arms get into more hijinks? That's the real question.
Have you ever experienced spaghetti elbow? Specifically. Pasta elbow.
But I mean, like, gardening, you get dirt on your arms and stuff. I'm never like knee deep in waste. It just doesn't happen.
You went straight to waist with like leg things, whereas you were talking about many things that you're elbow deep in that aren't necessarily waist. But with your knees, you're like immediately it's sewage.
I can't tell you the last time I was underground strolling through the sewer system. It just doesn't happen that often.
I mean, clearly you have not been trying to like track the Ninja Turtles or anything recently because...
That's right.
But I have not.
Wow.
That's factual.
There we go.